How do you know if movers are quality and trustworthy? Here are the top 5 most important things to look for when you're hiring a moving company. Number 1, look up which movers operate near you. Google's gonna show you lots of options, probably too many. Big cities will offer lots of choices for movers, but even if you live in more suburban or rural towns, don't worry. Most moving companies operate within a service area of around 100 miles, so you just need to start sorting through them. We'll link below to a site that narrows it down way faster. Number 2, pick the safest and highest value moving company. One of the best ways to vet moving companies is to find out if they're licensed and insured, which depends on the state you live in. But they should ideally have a US DOT or MC number, which is especially important if you're moving over state lines. This is what separates professional movers from just random people. Here's a pro tip. You'll want to know if they're insured movers or if they offer insurance packages. What's the difference? Most movers have basic insurance that will cover damages based on the weight of the item, but some offer more premium coverage for an additional cost. If something breaks, the type of insurance you have determines whether you'll get nothing, a little bit, or the full value of the item. If a moving company has no insurance information, either ask them about it or don't hire them. P.S. There's one way to guarantee you're covered for any move, but I'll get to that in a second. Number 3, picking the cheapest mover might cost you more in the long run. The best way to avoid paying movers a higher fee is to have a good idea of your move ahead of time. Do you need help loading or unloading? Do you need someone else to drive the truck or even to provide one? Is this a local move or are you moving long distance? Do you have any difficult items that need to be moved, like a piano or a gun safe? The more complicated your move, the more you'll typically end up paying, especially if there are any last-minute changes or add-ons for the movers. You can avoid those expenses by picking the right moving company ahead of time. Number 4, if you're flexible with your moving day, your options will open up, whether you're renting a U-Haul or hiring professional movers. If your move is scheduled during peak days and months, it's going to be more expensive and time-consuming. If you can move on a weekday, you're likely to get better prices and availability. Avoiding the summer is helpful too. That's the busiest moving season. It's also better to overestimate your hours versus underestimate, because some moving companies will offer to stay later if needed, and some movers will refund any unused time. Ask about these things ahead of time. And finally, number 5, book them. Don't just go for the very first quote you get, but do remember that the earlier you book, the cheaper it'll be. If you've narrowed your movers down to the best value and highest quality that fit your schedules and needs, then make sure you reserve them fast. Moving company time slots fill up quickly. If you're still stressing about finding the right mover with proper licensing, moving insurance, trustworthiness, and best prices, HireAHelper.com makes this really easy. Just enter your moving dates and locations, and you can compare your options in literally seconds. And if you're thinking about renting a U-Haul and wondering how much it'll really end up costing you, check out our other video. If this was helpful, give the video a like and follow for more moving advice.